This is Solo P1. This is Solo P1. This is the Flaming Tarmac F1 Flaming Tarmac episode 51. This is the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix weekend. Just finished watching practice 2 highlights. It was what everybody expected. It was Red Bull and Alonso. Now, what people don't, look, at the end of the day, right, that's just the way it is at the moment. Red Bull's got the fastest car. Aston Martin probably got the second fastest car. Ferrari's there. But you can't really rely on Ferrari at the moment because they're having reliability issues. And I think Charles Leclerc was having some problems with his car in practice 1. So, again, reliability issues. So, really, at this point, at the moment, it's Red Bull and Aston Martin. Now, people, well, the so-called Mercedes fans, the ones what only like Mercedes and Lewis when they're winning, them fans, you can see them all now slowly starting to fall off. Some of them are going to Red Bull. Some of them are going to Aston Martin. Some of them are not even watching the products at all. Now, if you go back in time with my videos, and I've said this so many times on my videos, people used to say, oh, yeah, you're only watching Formula 1 because of Lewis. No. I watch Formula 1. It's always Formula 1 first. That's what I am a fan of, Formula 1. Formula 1 first. Then Mercedes, I like Alonso, I like Lewis Hamilton. But I am loyal to Mercedes. This is why I'm wearing the t-shirt today. Loyal. Now, I support Liverpool FC. That's my football team. Right, I'm going to give you an example. I support Liverpool. I've supported Liverpool since I was 4. Always. Now, when Liverpool wasn't winning anything, not winning cups, not winning any sort of trophies, I didn't just suddenly say, you know what, I'm not going to support Liverpool anymore. I'm going to go and support Man United, which that will never happen. 7-Up. I didn't go to Man City. I didn't go to Arsenal when Arsenal was in the Invincibles. No. You know what I did? I stayed with Liverpool. Because that's what a true fan does. You pick a team and then you stick with them. Very simple. You stick with them. You don't just jump ship because they're not doing good. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. If you're a loyal fan and a loyal fan of Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton or whoever, you stick with them. You don't just suddenly go, you know what, they're not doing this good this season. You know what, I'm going to go and support Red Bull. Because you was never a fan to begin with. Never. I don't care if Mercedes are at the back. I will still support Mercedes. Mercedes brought enjoyment to my life. I remember Mercedes back in the day. I remember when Schumacher was there. I liked him then. We had Schumacher and Rosberg. They were teaming up before they started dominating the hybrid era. I love Mercedes then. I love the setup. I love Toto, Niki Lauda, Rosberg, Lewis. I love the whole setup. I liked them then. And because Mercedes are not doing good now, we think, they're having a few problems with the car. Because they got the concept wrong. You're going to jump ship. We don't want fans like that over here. If you're a true fan, you will stick with Mercedes. Very simple. We lose together and we win together. Quote Lewis Hamilton. Very simple. If you're not a true Mercedes fan, do one. Don't watch the product. We don't want people like you watching the product if you're not going to... Look, you people say, oh yeah, I'm a loyal fan. I'm a loyal to Mercedes. I saw people people online that I will never, ever thought would ever leave Mercedes. Ever. And I'm shocked. But me, I'm going to stick with him. Because I'm loyal. Don't get me wrong, I love Alonso. He's my favourite driver. I've come out on the record and said that plenty of times. You can go back and watch most of my videos. I've always said Alonso is my favourite driver. I don't care if Alonso goes to Red Bull. I don't care if it goes to, I don't know about that. I don't know if Alonso goes to McLaren. I don't care if it goes to Ferrari. I don't care if it goes to Williams. I will always support Alonso because he's just a badass. And that's it. But I am loyal to Mercedes and I'm loyal to Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Why would I jump ship now? What, because they're not winning? That's not a true fan. Ask yourself something, man. If you're like that, you was never a fan to begin with. No. It just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh where you get these people, they're all saying, oh, I'm Mercedes loyal. I'm loyal. Then you see him now slowly jumping ship. Makes me laugh. And I knew it was going to happen, but some of the ones I saw today, I was shocked. Now, Toto, start with Lewis. Basically, Lewis said, this is, everybody knows this now. This is no exclusive news. I'm just reporting it now because I've been doing stuff all week on my channel. Lewis said that the team never listened to him. The team never listened. They went in another direction. He told them last season, basically, we'll have to change the concept. Now, the engineers, obviously, they didn't listen. They didn't listen to him. Now, I've always got this thing. The person who knows more about the car, more about the handling, is the person who is driving the car. Don't get me wrong, the engineers are clever. They went to all the best universities in the world. They went to the British universities. They went to Oxford, all these. They are clever people. But you can't beat sitting in the car and driving it yourself. And you're looking at a guy who is an 8-time world champion, Lewis Hamilton. 8-time world champion, Lewis Hamilton, who's won multiple titles in a row for Mercedes, multiple race wins, multiple podiums, and he should know if the car's not right or not right. He should know if the car's not right. Very simple. Now, he went on the record and he says, look, team didn't listen to me and this is where we are. Now, Toto came out today on, he was in Sky Sports. He was getting into his Sky Sports journalist. He said, if Lewis wants to win another championship, this is a quote from Toto. This is not fake news. He said, if Lewis wants to win another championship, he needs to make sure he has the car. If we cannot demonstrate we are able to give him the car in the next couple of years, he needs to go elsewhere. That's what Toto said. That's basically coming out and saying, look, we're loyal, Lewis. We love you, Lewis. We want you to win your 8th title, Lewis. But if you can't win it in the next couple of years, you might have to go somewhere else. Now, people online are saying, oh, Mercedes are sinking. Mercedes are imploding. No. Mercedes just believe in transparency to their fans. Transparency. They're not like Red Bull. They're not like the other teams where they keep things hidden behind the back. They come out and tell the fans how it is. They're letting us know the situation that they're in. And I agree with Toto. That's the best way to be. Don't be fake. Come out and tell the truth. Now, some people are saying, oh, yeah, he's only saying that because Lewis said the other week, well, last week, that they didn't listen. No. He's just letting people know how it is at Mercedes. Now, I've got no doubt that Mercedes can turn this around. I have no doubt at all. I am 100% confident in Mercedes. 100%. I've got no doubt in my mind that Mercedes can turn this around. Do I think they're going to turn it around this season? No. Not all the way. But I think come Silverstone, I think they can pick up and maybe become the third or maybe second fastest team. Because Toto was saying, look, we can't change the chassis. We can't change the chassis because we've got the cost cap. So they're going to try and develop a new aero concept, not a whole car. They can't do the car this year because of the budget cap. So they got done there with a budget cap. So, but he said that we're going to go out and work on a few things. Like he said 2 weeks ago, we're going to be radical. And that's probably what he means. And I'm 100% Toto. I am behind Toto and Mercedes. We lose and we win together. And that's the way it is. And that's what I stand by. Same thing with me being a Liverpool fan. We got beat the other day in the Champions League. So I still support Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool loyalist. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to Liverpool, just like I'm loyal to Mercedes. And that's it, man. Very simple. So, he also said, Toto, which I'm going to bring this up now. He also said, it's out of the question that you change the chassis. This is what I just talked about, by the way. He says, because simply there is not enough budget in the cost cap, which I've just mentioned. I'm just doing quotes from Toto. But changing the way the aerodynamics work and body work is perfectly within the scope. So exactly what I just said. They know they can't change the chassis because the budget, but they can change the aerodynamics concept of it. And if they do that, and maybe they can make something of the car, go for it. If that can make some more... Look, at the end of the day, the reliability is good. We can't say that about Ferrari. There's one thing you say about Mercedes. The reliability issues with Mercedes are more or less zero. With Ferrari, they got the potential Ferrari could be a second or third fastest car. But can you rely on Ferrari to win the title this year? Not with their flipping reliability issues. At least with Mercedes, their car's planted and you know they're not going to really break down. So if Toto Wolff wants to do that with the aerodynamics, go for it. I'm with Mercedes either way. And I've got faith in Toto. And I hope Toto, one day, I think Toto will come back and we'll look at this day and we'll say, look, Solo P1, you're right, you know. You're a true fan. You're stuck with it. And I am. I'm a fan of the sport first, but my team is Mercedes. It's Mercedes. And I'm not going to just walk away from Mercedes because now they're having a bad year or two. Forget that. I'm going to stick with them. I planted my flag in the ground years ago for Mercedes. Years ago. And it's staying there. Just like it's staying there for Liverpool. Very simple. So, that's that news out the way. Now I'm going to go on to what really shocked me today. It shocked me. I never saw this coming at all. I never saw this coming. This is regarding Angela Cullum. This is Lewis Hamilton's physio trainer. She's been with Lewis Hamilton since 2016. And it says, Angela announced today that she's leaving her position as Lewis Hamilton's physio and assistant. And I was shocked. People, again, speculating that, oh, this is it now. Angela's leaving. That's the end of Mercedes. How? Explain to me, how is Angela Cullum leaving Mercedes and want to pursue something else? How is that the downfall of Mercedes? This is the comments we're seeing on Twitter now. P-brain imbeciles. Very simple. P-brain imbeciles. I want to know, explain to me that Angela Cullum leaving Mercedes because she wants to do something else. She's been with Mercedes since 2016. She's been a loyal servant to Lewis Hamilton, carrying his bags, being a physio, always being there for him, make sure he's hydrated, always make sure his mask was there back in the day, in the COVID era. She was always there for Lewis Hamilton. So how is her leaving the downfall of Mercedes? And this is the rhetoric we're getting on Twitter. P-brain imbeciles. Now, if she wants to leave to Mercedes, go for it. She said she's been there with 7 years in the F1 paddock since Australian GP in 2017, 2016. She goes, today I'm excited to share I'm off on my next adventure. I am grateful and blessed to have had this incredible journey in F1, and I know my story will continue. Thanks to Mercedes-Benz, who have been there and been my family for 7 years. Congratulations to her. She wants to go off and do something else. That is not the downfall of Mercedes, okay? She just wants to do other stuff. Good for her. And that's the news. That is the news for today at the Flaming Tarmac, episode 51. Now, I was watching some practice sessions, if I can bring this up. I was watching some practice sessions today. Before the practice session, Brundle was said that there was rumours going around that Lewis Hamilton was could go to Ferrari, and because at the end of the day, he said that Lewis wants to win. He wants to win his 8th world title. And I kept going back to that lie detector test that he took 2 weeks ago in Bahrain, that he took the lie detector test. And the question was, will you stick around for your 8th world title? And Lewis says, definitely, I'm not leaving till I get my 8th world title. And he came back that he was positive, that he was telling the truth. So I don't need a polygraph test to tell me if Lewis Hamilton's going to stay around to win his 8th world title. And to me, it's his 9th world title. Let's get that right. Brundle said it's not about Lewis any different to Charles. So basically, what he was saying is people was going on there that Lewis was moaning about the car. And Brundle said, no, it weren't just Lewis moaning. He said it was Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris as well. All three of them. At the end of the day, they're good drivers. They're signing big contracts. They're bringing a lot of revenue. They're bringing a lot of money for the teams. And they expect the car to be drivable. But again, the haters came out online and just said, nah, it's all about Lewis. Lewis is moaning. And Brundle says, no, it's not just Lewis. It's Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris. And he says, they've got a right to moan. Whatever. Practice session, I just watched. It says Fernando's looking good in the Aston Martin. He's definitely got a podium. I think his potential could get a podium this weekend. It could be another Red Bull 1 and 2, and it could be Fernando Alonso on the podium. But I think the Ferraris are going to be in there. You know, I think Ferrari's going to be in there. And the Alpine's looking good as well. They're starting to be like a resurgence from the Alpine. But we'll see what happens. They reckon Mercedes, people saying that Mercedes were the 4th fastest team. They might slip down to 5th because Alpine's looking good. But the tyres for the weekend, by the long runs and the short runs, are the medium tyres. So that's it, man. That's the end of the Flaming Tarmac, episode 51. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, like the video. It's important. I'm getting loads of views. Well, not loads of views. I'm getting views on the videos, like my football videos, but I'm getting no likes. I need the likes, guys. That's the way you can get out in the algorithm and grow this channel. We can grow it together. So this is Solo P1 signing out. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.